Okay, everybody, I know my hair is different every time you see me. Ha ha ha. That's the way it is. So, I'm going to talk today about Ivanka Trump and why she's an example of the violet spiritual gift. And if you've watched my Donald Trump videos about his spiritual gift, you've learned that he's a red. Ivana is a violet, or I'm sorry, Ivanka. I know her name's so close to her mom's name. She's his polar opposite, which is also his complement. And that's really important. It's one of the reasons why he gets along with her so well. It's one of the reasons why he's always relying on her. And I don't think that his partner is a violet. Melania is a different color. I will get to that later. But Ivanka is a very good example of a violet because she is an independent. So she sees both sides of all the views. She wants to be on both sides of the table. That's a diplomat, and violets are good at making everybody happy and knowing what everybody needs and serving everybody and doing everything for everybody. And that does mean everybody. So it's not like these people are my friends and these people are not. For a violet, they really want to be the go-between. They really want to include everyone, and they want to be able to show how each person is right. And sometimes that can lead to situations that hurt themselves because they're spreading themselves too thin. Or, sometimes it can seem like they're wishy-washy because they don't take a position on one side, right? And I'm not saying that all violets are always these open source people who take in every opinion and can play it back, but they have that ability. And they do pick and choose, but they do that based on what they see as valuable in the moment. So that's the reason why Ivanka can kind of stay in her power and also support her dad, because she's really focusing on spinning out what the positives are. And I wish we had more people focused on the positive of our president. And then going from there, if you want to make a critique of someone, do it in a nice way. That's something that a violet would say. Violets really, really love to help people. And that's the reason why Ivanka is currently being first daughter. She's basically made her life as an adult child into really being his right-hand woman. And she's flying all over the world. She's patching things up. She's doing everything for him. And I'm assuming that he has a lot more violets around him in his inner circle. I haven't taken a look at all of them yet, but it wouldn't surprise me. And if he doesn't, then he probably should go and find more of them. But we always have to realize that not everyone can be a violet. Violets are a specific spiritual gift based at the crown chakra. And they don't really like to piss anybody off. They don't want to offend anybody. And they see the light in everybody. They lift each person up to their greatness. And, Ivanka's a very smart person. Violets get their intelligence from really being able to put tons of pieces together and make these overarching global connections among people, places, and things. It's just out of this world. And it's in the interstices of that they really shine. And I see Ivanka doing that. We may not always agree with what she says. We may not always think she takes a strong enough position, but the violet spiritual gift is feminine. And a lot of violets are kind of floofy or perceived to be that way by people, kind of like my hair. And I don't think this is something that we should judge. I think it's important to be soft and nice and wonderful and beautiful, and violets really get into that. And we all have that, man and woman. We all have our violet chakra. We all have a violet side, but violets live the path of that. They are gentle people. They are sensitive people. I have a lot of them in my life. They call me. One of them just did. probably. So, you know, Ivanka, she's very practical, down to earth, but she's stylingly realistic. And at the same time, she doesn't sacrifice her spiritual energy. She's definitely on a spiritual path with her husband. Violets are naturally spiritual. They don't come as a spiritual people. You know, it's very, very difficult for a violet to not be spiritual. That is a major self-suppression if they're doing it. And, you know, she's definitely taken a mainstream path. But then again, at the same time, being Jewish, becoming Jewish is actually not very mainstream. But, you know, that being said, she's a conventional person. I don't want to get her mixed up with Melania. I think she's way more outside the box than Melania will ever be. But, you know, she tries to keep all of her ducks in a row and all of her dad's ducks in a row and smooth everything over. And you're not going to find a violet who doesn't strive to do that. So when we criticize people, I just ask that we criticize them on the basis of something that they can control instead of something that they cannot. So I hope this video gave you some extra insight into the violets of your life, and I'll see you next time.